Hey, welcome back to Nick Vic Locks. Thought I'd make a video about the American 1100 because there's not enough videos and discussion about them out there on the internet or YouTube at all. But maybe I might have something that somebody finds useful. Figured we could start with disassembling it because I know a lot of people, especially when they get up to the green blue belt level locks. This one's a green. Progressive pinning is something that they talk about or advised to do as an option to learn the lock and get better at picking. We'll say at least these are somewhat nicer to get as opposed to the pack locks because the ball bearings fall out. Let's get this thing taken apart. This is the one part that I hate. These things out. Come on. I always feel like I'm going to throw it across the room. There we go. Okay. Core follower. Shim. Oh, why don't we just drop some stuff? Just one. Didn't bend the spring though, so that's good. Nope. It's this one. This is a lovely little tool that I picked up. Goes down in there. Okay. Let's start with this. We'll talk about these pins here after we get them out. Here we go. Hold that. All right. So in stack one, we have a serrated spool. Focus. There we go. Serrated spool. And we have the same thing in 3, 4, and 5. 2, we have just a focus standard serrated pin. And thing 2 to remember about the 1100s, just get pin 5 out, is their key pins are also serrated. So it can cause you to overset them if you're not paying too much attention. Now, what I recommend, especially if you're going to be trying to progressively pin this lock, when you take it apart, take all of your driver pins and stack them in the core on top of the corresponding key pin. 4, and make sure they're seated all the way as far as they'll go. Two. Okay. Now, if we take a look at this, you can see how each of them are situated. So the shear line on these, think about it, because they have to come out of the core into the Bible. The shear line's about at the bottom of pin 1. So if we think about it like that, when we're pushing the pins up, it's going to come up. I don't think we'd get a click initially from the first or the bottom serration on the top. You're definitely going to get one on that second serration. Didn't lose it. Yeah. Where it goes from the thin part back out again, and you're going to get another click here at the bottom. So I know on pin 1 I want 2 clicks. Now the key pin in stack 1 is unserrated just because of the depth that it's cut to. It's a higher lift pin. The smaller key pins typically do not have any alterations to them. Now, on pin 2, see we have 2 serrations showing. So if I take that out, we take this out, get it to focus. There we go. We're going to take, so our first click is going to be the 3rd ring, second click, the 4th ring, and our final click is going to be off the bottom. Pick will probably work better to show this. Maybe. There we go. So we're sitting here. We get click here, goes down, another click, and then the final click when it goes up. So 3 clicks on pin stack 2, and we know that that's set. Now, the key pin in stack 2 is serrated, so a 4th click would mean an overset. My allergies are kicking. And we can do that for all the other ones. So we know on this one, the middle is below the the middle is at the shear line, so 2 clicks, just the bottom serrations. Same thing on stack 4, 2 clicks. And on stack 5, 1 click, possibly 2, just where it's sitting. Right there. So I'm going to say 2 clicks. Yeah, 2 clicks on stack 5. 3 on 1. So 3 clicks on 1, 3 clicks on 2, 2 clicks on 3 and 4, 2 clicks on 5. And that should have everything set. If we get more than those, then odds are we've overset a pin. Start with 4, get this put back together. and location of the spools versus the regular serrations. It's going to vary for each lock. I bought this one in a 6-pack, and it's been rekeyed. Why, if I show you the key pins, you can see there's some black color in there, serration. On pin 4, it's blue. Yeah, it's got some blue color into it. A lot of times, if you get rekey kits, they'll be color coded. Makes it easier to identify which pins you need or want. Back out. Get a shim in here. Go. Get this thing back together. Get to picking. Make sure your key works. It does. Now, if you have your key in, you can turn your Bible over to where the Bible's on the bottom, and you can drop your key pins this way, but that's only if your key's in the lock. If you don't have your key in the lock, don't do that. Oh, come on. Okay, well, this one decided to, there we go. Wanted to catch. There we go. Worst case scenario, take a pick, push it in here, and just put it flat against the bottom. I guess it would be the top half where your driver pins are. Push it up against them, and then rotate your core. That'll keep them depressed enough for the core to rotate fully. Alright. Let's get that out the way. Either a dog farted or that is the smell of my shoes. I really hope it was a dog fart. Yep. Alright. Let's get this thing viced. There we go. We're gonna go with a 40 thou Turner. Oh, yeah, so now I've talked about it in videos before, and it's been mentioned elsewhere, using the turner and the key to determine how much tension to put on it. This isn't really a lock you want to do that on. The core spring, the spring in the back of the core, is a strong spring. So doing the key method, it'll lead you to want to put a lot of tension on it when you go to pick it, but you don't need to. A lighter tension is really all you need, just enough to get the pins to bind. Eventually you'll drop into a false set, very deep false set. That's when you're going to apply the most tension to the lock to get it to open. The false set, it's not a false set, it isn't open, but a lot of people mistake it as a false set, and they'll go back over the pins, and they will end up oversetting something. So I'm going to pause for a second, and then we're going to come back and get this thing picked open. Okay, welcome back. Sorry I had to step away. Let's get our tension tool in there. And let's start with the 20 thou book from Covert, or from Southern Specialties. Let's say one. One's not doing anything. Let's grab two. One click, two click, one more, three. That was 3 clicks. Drop into a little bit of a false set. And so now we're going for pin 3. Get under it. There it is. 1, 2. Let's go back to 4, 5. Doesn't do anything. 3. Okay. Reset now. Back to 4. Counter rotation on 4. 4 set and 5. 5. That feels good. Okay. Let's get our deeper hook and we'll check on pin 1. So we know, there we go, we touched it and we dropped. Deeper set. Let's give 1 a little bit of a tear, push it up some. There we go, it's giving us counter rotation. Go. Holy crap, there we go. Okay, so we just dropped into a deeper false set. And we're actually open. This lock is open because of that tension from the core spring. You don't think it is, but if we just keep applying, this is where we're really going to torque it. We get it open. Now, the other thing that can happen too with these locks, after you get it open and you close it back, sometimes the core will over rotate just because of the power of that spring. What you can do is just take your tension tool, get in there, and just rotate it back. You'll hear all the pins fall. Doesn't hurt the lock. I mean, I'm sure it does something. You're really putting pressure on that spring, but you rotate it back and it works fine thereafter. Hope that was helpful in some way. I don't know if you learned something new or got to hear it in at least my tone of voice instead of somebody else's. I don't know. The big thing to remember with the 1100 is you're not so much chasing an open, you're chasing a false set. And that false set will lead to the open, but you're more or less chasing after a false set. So I guess like and subscribe. Hopefully that helps you out and you can get your green belt. All right, y'all take it easy.